So we're working in a holistic or multi-paddock grazing system, or call it what you want to call it. Meaning we keep them close together, we move them regularly to prevent overgrazing and to imitate what ruminants would do in the wild, with predators keeping them together. So here it's us. So we're with the cows here. We have the breed is called Mertulenga, is from Mertula, like a city south of here. It's an old breed that is highly adapted to that climate, meaning it's a small cow with short legs, has less water consumption. They are like the goats of the cows. They don't have problems with steep hills or an environment that is more challenging. They continue grazing even with 40 degrees, like they are really robust. In 3 years working here, I think 2 times a cow was sick. Like we don't have any problems, they give birth alone, they're very, it's a very strong cow. They are now since 2 years completely grass-fed, grass-finished, meaning there's no food, not even hay or whatever coming from outside, except the neighbor where we sometimes cut the grass because he's not doing it, and then we have some hay, but it's all from here.
You said that they're in very good health.
Yeah.
You attribute that to the breed or to the management, or both?
Both, I would say, yeah. For sure.
Yeah. How does this type of management contribute to the health of the cows?
So we're working in a holistic or multi-paddock grazing system, or call it what you want to call it. Meaning we keep them close together, we move them regularly to prevent overgrazing and to imitate what ruminants would do in the wild, with predators keeping them together. So here it's us, since there are no predators. Meaning they eat very diverse because they are in this group effect. It's like having 8 siblings on the table. You don't choose anymore what you eat, you just eat. Yeah. So meaning they have a very diverse diet. They don't nibble only on certain plants. They usually eat more diverse, which is a key factor of nutrients in the meat too. They don't get any medication except the mandatory vaccines. We stopped deworming them since they are moving all the time. The life cycle of until the parasite in the shit develops, the cow is already gone. Like there is no chance that the worm can keep on going.
Could you give us a little bit more technical detail about how you plan your rotational grazing system, the size of the paddocks compared to the number of cows, how long you leave them, how often you move them, all of that?
So the whole farm is divided into sectors which have different sizes. It's more like where we have fixed fencing, and also what makes sense from looking at the land, from water access and so on. And they always enter a sector which then is divided again by electric fencing like we see here. And depending on the season, depending on the number of cows, and depending on what we want right now from the land, the size and the frequency of moving changes. So for example, right now we're in a phase end of the growing season, but this year we still, like yesterday, we still had rain, end of April. And we have perfect temperatures now, around 20 degrees. It's amazing for grass. So I don't want the cow to go very slow and eat until the ground, because I want the regeneration to happen really quick, so I can go another time. So now we have the last pastures where I will go one more time. And soon I will start my last round, which then is very slow, very tiny, the paddocks, so that the cow eats and tramples everything, so we have a nice layer of mulch on the soil. But right now I just want them to light graze, eat the tops, do some disturbance, and then out again, so that the grass can still one more time regrow until we enter the summer.
Okay, so how do you decide all of these different factors? How do you know how long to leave them for and how many to have in what size and all of that? Do you monitor that? Do you have a specific...
Yeah, we have a plan, we have a grazing plan, and then we have different factors. For example, in the beginning of the season, you have still slow grass growth, especially this year. For example, December, we didn't have any rain. And then you want to gain time, right? So you make also the pasture small. You try to, then I was counting hours. Like I tried to let them as long as possible in there before moving, to gain a day or two at one point. And then now there's abundance of food. So as I explained, you want the grass. It's always about to what's best for the soil and how can I generate more food in a natural way, obviously. And then of course there are appointments like the doctor is coming or we wean or whatever. So you have all these appointments, you have holidays, people are going to holidays. So maybe then you also have to adapt a little bit, making the pastures bigger or go slower or whatever suits. And then you write your plan with all your appointments and important things happening and hope the weather is playing along. And then you write your plan and hope that it works more or less.
Okay, yeah. Just a quick pause to tell you about the official partner of the Deep Seed podcast, and that's Soil Capital. Soil Capital is a company that accelerates the transition to regenerative agriculture by financially rewarding farmers who improve the health of their soils.
It's a system that works very well, especially in because this farm is very, heterogeneous. Like it's very diverse. Like you have steep hills, you have some places that are more flat, you have places with more trees, with less trees. Like it's a hard to manage, a land that's hard to manage because it's extremely diverse. And the cows are, especially this breed, is a very nice tool to get to all the spots because most of the farm is only suitable for grazing with the right animal because, as I said, it's steep, rocky, whatever, and they never broke a leg or whatever. Mm-hmm. They're very well adapted, as I said already. And you can scale it, like if it's 80 or 120 cows or 200, there are some points where you have way more work, but in general, it's not changing much. Mm-hmm. And this is also why this is very interesting because of the scalability compared to other operations where every hectare more means another employee. And this is what makes it very different, interesting.
Yeah. Does it take a lot of work to manage the cows, to move them every day, to deal with?
No. If I would only do the cows, it wouldn't be a full-time employment.
Yeah.
With daily moving.
Yeah.
As soon as the cows have learned the system, if they know, okay, when the guy comes and shouts, we move, so they play along, then it's quite easy in the daily basis. I think it's one of the most important or most effective ways to do regeneration because of the scalability. A lot of land is not suited for anything else than animals. It's important to integrate the animals again. We destroyed so much of nature's natural functions that we have to again bring that back to the land. And since everything is fenced off, there are no predators anymore, we have now to play a key role in that. And if you eat meat or not, there's nothing bad about this. And it's important to integrate animal in the landscapes more and more. Yeah, and I think it's a very rewarding job to do.
Sweet.
Yeah.